Generally speaking, recessions suck. But are there any recession-proof businesses out there? If we look back at 2008, can we find any clues? We'll try in this episode.
Welcome to Corey's Local Marketing Minute, an enlightening and entertaining look at what's happening in the world of local marketing. Corey's Local Marketing Minute is brought to you by Accelerant, technology and marketing that make the complex simple. Focused on generating results and growth for businesses of all sizes, Accelerant offers best-in-class technology and software, award-winning customer service, expert education, and exceptional operational support to ensure campaign performance for customers. Learn more at Accelerant.com or book a demo by emailing info@Accelerant.com. And now, the shaman of local marketing, Corey Elliott.
Greetings, everybody. Hope your summer is going splendidly as we barrel right into a recession. I'm kidding. It'll be fine. Anyway, first off, remember to subscribe, and if you like what you see, how could you not, hit that like button. We've been getting a lot of questions around recession-proof businesses. Do they really exist? Are they kind of like Bigfoot or Squatches to us professionals? In recent times, we did have a recession. It was the crazy 2008, 9, 7, around there. Now granted, different set of circumstances that drove that one as compared to one that could be coming up. But we now have enough data to look back on and gain a little bit of knowledge about what businesses might bounce back faster than the other ones. I should start by saying the source. We didn't make this up. It comes from the U.S. Census Bureau monthly retail trade survey data. And they track U.S. retail sales on a monthly basis for a bunch of different categories. And they do it all the way back to 1997. So why don't we look at 2007 through 2016 annual sales during that time period. And since there's a lot of data to show, I'm going to get real fancy. Like this. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, what you're looking at is overall total retail sales in the US in millions of dollars for the years 2007 through 2016. Total retail sales saw its lowest point in 2009 and didn't surpass 2007 levels until 2011. So that's the overall pattern. But of course, different businesses will act differently. There are some that reflect that same overall curve you just saw, like clothing stores. They had a low point in 2009 and didn't get back up above 2007 levels until 2011. But as you dig deeper, you see different categories shifting a bit. Look at jewelry stores. Low point in 2009, stayed low in 2010, and didn't get back above 2007 until 2014, 7 years later. Slower to come back from a recession. So you might think all apparel and accessories act the same way. Oh, contraire, my friend. You know what we like here in America? Shoes, baby. Shoes also had a low point in 2009, but by 2010 they were back again and growing year over year. So it only took them a couple years to come back to their 2007 levels. But not everybody saw a bounce back. In fact, let's talk about those business categories that took a long time to come back, if they even did. Case in point, department stores. Department stores started a slide in 2008 and just kept sliding all the way through 2016. And they weren't the only ones. Look at this next one. Office supplies and stationery stores. The decline from 2007 was even steeper than department stores. So we comb through all the data and look for those business categories that took a long time to come back from a recession, if they did at all. I'll list some of them out for you. Here they are, the businesses that were most impacted by the recession in terms of getting back to the 2007 revenue levels. Department stores, office supply, bookstores, household appliances, electronic stores, floor coverings, and furniture. Now, not all of these have been declining year over year like these guys. Furniture stores got back to their 2007 levels in 2016. It took them 9 years. So, were there any business types that were either not affected by a recession or bounced back quickly? Yes, there were. We found the Squatch. First on the list, a toast to drinking places. Yeah, they were flat for a while and then steadily grew there in 2015 and 16. Apparently there are some activities a recession can't touch. Now drinking places was relatively flat. There were some that actually grew year over year. One in particular, warehouse clubs and superstores. If you looked at this graph, you wouldn't even know there was a recession. It's grown year over year since 2007. And there are a few other categories that either weren't impacted as much by a recession or bounced back really quickly. So here's the list of business categories that are less impacted by a recession, or were less impacted by a recession back in 2008. Warehouse stores, drinking places, grocery stores, liquor stores, restaurants, sporting goods stores, and electronic shopping, which is kind of a different category from all of these, not brick and mortar. So you can kind of see when times got tough back then, where we did put our money and where we didn't put our money as consumers. What does this mean to marketing a local business? Well, both of these lists are good ones. You might think, oh, well, let's focus on these guys because they're less impacted by a recession. recession. They'll have money. That's true. The downside of that is they might not need to market as much because consumers are already coming to them. Possibly. But this list could be just as viable. These are the categories that could have a tough time if a recession hits and could benefit from expert marketing. So either list is a good one, just the strategy would be different. Like how your strategy would be different if you're searching for a Sasquatch as opposed to a Loch Ness Monster. Which reminds me of a time we were hunting for a Sasquatch up in northern Washington.
You've been watching Corey's Local Marketing Minute, sponsored by our friends at AdCellerant. Learn more at adcellerant.com. Remember, if you'd like to hear more of Corey's insights, check out the Local Marketing Trends podcast. Just Google Burrell Podcast or look for the podcast link on BurrellAssociates.com.